welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with the Mixed Media. I am on to a difficult part of the organization, decluttering organization kind of today. And so I'm not going to speed through this one. We're going to kind of go through it bit by bit. I have organized the bulk of the stencils and the bulk of the foam stamps, and now I have like this pile here. So I'm just kind of organizing things back to where they're supposed to be. I have quite a few I have some stencils that like are not in the shop, or that are small, so I'm putting those in there. So like this bottom drawer over here, which you can't see, are my stencils, and the second drawer up are my foam stamps that I designed. And over here, I've got the top two drawers are stencils. So like these are mark making and smaller stencils, and these are background stencils. Right now, PM Artist Studio is just in there. These are mark making and background, and this third drawer and the fourth drawer down is focal points. So that's where I am so far with organization. And oh my goodness, my brain wants to shut down. Oh, I put it over here. Why did I put this down here? So I'm sticking like small pieces like masks and ATC size cards and whatnot in there. And I do have organization for the Tim Holtz ones. And I also have some extra stencils. So I'll be doing some D-stash packs, which is where like some of these IMPPs, you know, they're just kind of like test prints that I did, test cuts when I was designing the stencils and stuff like that, which will go in some D-stash boxes. This one, I think, maybe doesn't fit in here as part of the problem. But if it doesn't, then I can just put it in the front or the back. It might. Does it fit? It fits. Yep. This was a 12 by 12 stencil originally. But I just didn't. It was the only 12 by 12 one I had, and it had different things on it. So I cut it down. So now it fits in here. All right. I'm going to put all this size together because I have a thing for that. And then this size are going to go in a pile because I also have a thing for that. And then I'm missing one of these stencils. I have an empty spot, so there must be one more of these. These are from Amazon. There's a video somewhere of making one of these. So I just made a concertina style journal kind of thing, ephemera holder. And then that is how I store these. Easy peasy. There's probably even a better video out there of when Carrie did it, because Carrie also. And then for my stencil storage, I use laminator pouches. They are easy, well, fairly easy to open. Some of them I've actually like cut the corners. Like if I cut the corner on one side and not the other side, it's just easier to open when the stencil's in there. But I don't think I actually need to do that. I didn't do it on a lot of them. And it's like $12.99 for like 100 of these, I think. So it's an fairly inexpensive, and I think, for me, fairly inexpensive way to store the stencils. And then these weird size ones, well, some of these will fit in here, are ones that somebody gave me, and I just like them as like background patterns. I'm just going to tuck them in the back of this. So this is a document. It's a Dunwell 24 pockets, 5x7 kind of a size, or 8, I don't know. It's like a half page size. But my 5x7 stencils fit in here, and 6x6. So the 6x6 ones barely fit across, so it must be like 6 by 8.5 maybe. So that's where a lot of these go. And then I have one for PM Artist Studio and one for things that are not PM Artist Studio. And I'm going to set that there because I'm going to keep coming back to it. Let's see. This one goes with the musical instruments. I don't even know where my musical instruments are right now. I think I gave one of them away, I think. I can reprint it. Let's see. We've got some masks and whatnot. Got people heating stuff up upstairs. This I have 2 of, so that may go in a D-stash somewhere. That's the dancing lady. She's got other things somewhere. I just have a piece. I don't need to save that. All right. these long pieces, which never did make it to the shop, I don't think, but I still use them for mark making. They just go next to my other stencils in this bottom drawer. They fit perfectly there. Alright, and all these little pieces go in here. I've got all these little masks. Ones that are in the shop, ones that I've hand cut. It's a mishmash. So this could actually, if I find, so what I've been trying to do for the ones that I have the papers for, mine I usually cut myself, so I don't always remember to print the papers, but sometimes I do. But there we go. And if I find some more of mine that are extras, they'll also go in some, or, you know, cut weird, whatever. So, like, this is the neurosphere, so I'm just going to put that here with this stencil. And then I can say what it is. I mean, it's better if I have them for all my stencils, but I'm just not. That's more work. Eventually, someday, maybe. Alright, the dancing girl somewhere. I'm going to set her to the side right there until I find her. So this is one thing I was trying. These were actually, I had the bigger size document folders. And so I just kind of cut the pages out and then did a piece of tape down here. And did an angle up the side and a little piece of washi just so that they would be able to open up easily. Because those were 9 by 12, which was a good size. And then the rest of those books that I had are going to Eddie eventually. Next time I go up to Massachusetts. But I didn't go up this last time. So this one got really bent. So what I'm probably going to do is cut out these little pieces and put them in de-stash boxes. Alright, so here is my container for the Tim Holtz smaller layered tags. My husband's on the phone being loud. He's working from home today. He's just next to me in the room next to me. It's just life. I got other people in the house. They make noise. You know how it is. I'm not concerned about the order of these. As long as they're in here, then I can flip through and find what I want when I want to find it. It's the putting them away that I struggle with. Oh my goodness, do I struggle with putting them away. So much. Alright, here's another one of, this is one of the ones that was on that 12 by 12. I should mark that one because that's one of my, or put it to the front. That would make sense too. It's one of my favorites. I think it was the Crafters Workshop, but I'm not sure. It's got a raven on there, but that big star thing and the round thing are, you know, now that I say that, let's just go ahead. It is one of my favorite ones that I'm more likely to use more often than some others. So I am going to move it to the front-ish. So this one's the words. I'm going to move back to where that one was. I got 2 pages back here. I've got room to add more things in here. That's always nice. Oh my goodness, get in there. Sometimes they stencils, they get stuck. Which is why, like, this one is inside this, so sometimes I'll use, these things that come from a photo album, and it just helps less things to get caught up, on there when I do that. Alright. If it's at least near the front, then I can find it easily. I mostly use PM Artist Studio, but I don't have to. It's not, they're not like some companies that are like, well, if you're going to show our products and advertise our products, you can only use our products. No, they're not like that. Which is good, because I already had stuff that I like using before I started using them. And even, like, this is like a basic one from like Joann Fabrics or Walmart or whatever. It just, those are good just to have on hand, because sometimes you might want that. And I'll decide what I want to do with that. I don't know yet. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, so, and then this is just, I think this, I don't know if it was an IMPP or just one that Mariah sent me. So he'll just stick in the front there. And somewhere in here, I cut the edges of this one. I do have these in here with the arrows. I had forgotten that I had them in here, and then I was going through here. I was like, oh, all these stencils that are sitting around actually have a home. I just haven't put them away. So part of organization is putting things away. It's kind of an important part. Just saying. Right, extra ones these. Oh. And more of this. And then I also have a little thing of IMPPs, because sometimes Mariah will send me some IMPP things that there's just like a one-off or whatever. So, where's this one? Yeah, I have most of the strips at the front, and then past the strips are this kind of thing. Okay. They had some deals at some point with these 4 stencils, which I think are still available in the shop. Oh, I had cut one, so I have like 2 pieces. I don't know if they fold really well though. If not, I can use them to separate things in here at the very least. So I'm not going to throw those away because they could be helpful to keep things from getting caught up in each other. Although something a little bit tougher would be good. So this dance one is where these girls go. Or here's an example of where I could use this. The girls get all caught up in the stencil. So I could just put a few in there, put that over that, and get the rest of the dancing girls. I made a ballet journal for my sister-in-law, but I'm not ready to get rid of these because I may want to use them in an art journal sometime, because just having a silhouette of a figure is nice. But yeah, that's like a focal point, so that'll go in the top drawer. And then what I may do is put something on the bottom. Here's another tester of the stencils, basically. This one was from my aunt. That is background, so that'll go in the second drawer down. And then any stencils that don't get used in a year that are underneath that piece, just go, I guess. Could be a strategy, because you know, you can't just keep stencils even if you're not going to use them. All right, and these are joggles, Hilary St. Hilaire, and what's her name? I think the words are ones that I would more so like this that, you know, like from a photo album. Those are great for 6x6 stencils, just saying. I actually was storing my stencils in that at some point, but then I was just like, all right, so these go in the focal point. These are more like what would be on the top layer, and then these are more of a pattern, back pattern layer. So they'll go in the second drawer down. Background. But yeah, using these, oh, where is it? These that usually would be used in a laminating sheets are great because they're connected at one end, so they stay together, and then they keep your stencils from getting caught on each other. So now I don't need to keep these. They don't say the specific stencil anyway, so that's just extra bulk. I don't need more words. The words are usually Carol something. That one was just a cheap one that I got somewhere, but I like to have. Oh, this one was from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes your Dollar Tree ones might end up being some of your favorite ones. You never know. This one's joggles, but it's more of a top layer. I don't love this one. It's just, there's two, I don't know, the lines are just really thin. So we'll see if that one lasts the test of time or not. That was kind of a cool background one. This one's a fun background one. Alright. Oh, and this one's more focal points. It's got it for a coffee journal. So it will go in the focal point ones. And the words go in the top drawer. I know, now we get, and then the tree, I mean, I still use it as a background, so that one's focal points. So top, because they won't all fit in one drawer anyway. So I figured, you know, mark making focal points in the top drawer, backgrounds in the second drawer. Here is another extra, another extra one. This one is, you know, I don't think I can let that one go, actually. I still might put it in one of these, and then when I put it in the mail, it will not get stuck on other people. These leaves are kind of fun to use. It's from the Dollar Tree, but when you want a leaf, it's kind of nice to have just, or an arrow. So that will go in the top drawer. Oh, and then we have some more of these, which are a little bigger than this book, but I like the overall pattern. So let's hear mine. All right, more of mine, smaller pieces that could fit in this. They're gonna get caught on each other, but I'll deal with that later. Sometimes it's an I'll deal with that later kind of situation. All right, more Tim Holtz. I think I can let that one go. I didn't let many go, to be honest. Not a lot got let go. To be honest. Okay. Upside right would be nice. Alright, this one goes in here. Is it the last one of that one? I think so. Because I only have one space left in here, so. If I have, and I made this the exact size I needed for the, I think I had like three sets, because this set, or 4 sets maybe. And then, yeah, the leafy round set, the leafy set, well, 3 sets maybe. So I think there might have been 6 in a set, so there might be 18 in here. I don't know. And then I just have a little container over here where it just oh, no, I'm going to put them in the drawer with the other ones, because then I won't lose them like I'm always, and they'll all be in the same place. That will be helpful. And why did I do that? Why, oh why? This is another one that goes in here. So yeah, this was a 12 by 12, but it was kind of like 4 sections. And I will probably never buy a 12 by 12 again, because it's just, well, it will fit in these drawers now at least, but I don't like having things all different sizes, apparently. I'm going to put this in the second drawer down, because there's just more room in there. All right. I could save that, but I'm not going to. I have a, sorry, I know my chair squeaks. It's something we deal with around here. Here it is. I have this little accordion thing, which I actually just folded those photo things in half and then taped them together. It's not pretty, but it keeps all these like little pieces together, and because I get little pieces like this when I order from PM Artist Studio, so it's helpful to just have something to stick those in. So there's that, and the IMPPs, and that, and my Tim Holtz ones. There's a spot here, whoops, and a tea bag that I just brought from upstairs, which is why it just happens to be right there on my desk. And I don't know if you saw it in the last video where I like pulled all these out of this top drawer over here. They're going to go up on top of the drawer that has all my napkins and stuff in it. I think they'll fit there. So I do have a place for them. I just need to put them there. I just haven't put them there yet. There must be some pockets on this side. If not, I can add some pockets. Yes, there are. I didn't think I had bought many after I made this, and I had extra pockets when I made this. There's one. Little pocket here, yep. So this was really easy to make. I will try to remember to put a video below. If not, you can search Stencil organization or stencil holder. All right, so one tray empty. Oh, look, there's still more. And then the other thing that I'm struggling with is the stamps that are not PM Artist Studio. And I had them all organized and stored at some point. And now they are just everywhere. It's just a disaster. All right. I have several of those. All right, this goes with IMPP. Oh my goodness. All right, these are mine. Just sticking them all in a little container. I like to have these small. I don't know if they sell them 5x7 in the shop or not, but if I'm doing tags, I prefer the smaller ones, tags and journal cards. So I cut them for myself. If they do not sell them that size in the shop, you can message Mariah and she probably would be willing to accommodate you. Okay, these are all my stuff. And some more bits for in here. And a couple IMPPs. IMPPs just means that they were imperfectly perfect. That something kind of happened when they were getting cut to make them not quality. I mean, not perfect enough for selling. Because Mariah has strict quality control. She wants you to get what you're paying for, basically. So sometimes there are pieces, and apparently the dragonflies must often have pieces that are IMPPs. But that's okay. All right, this one goes in the bottom drawer. That's mine. This goes in the top drawer, and that can go in the top drawer. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's right here. These are the Tim Holtz ones. They can just go in the drawer. All right, so I've got 3 drawers of stencils and 3 drawers of stamps. Yes, I know that's a lot, but you know, it's my job. It makes a difference when it's your job or one of your jobs. Like I have like 5 little jobs. I've got my bookkeeping job, which will probably, my client will not be my client anymore at the end of the year. Because this goes to one of the. All right, so I just haven't done the voiceover for that video, but I will probably say what's in these drawers when I do the voiceover for the video, which was yesterday's 1 hour better. Okay, where are the stamps? At some point in life, I had my stamps organized, but then I didn't put them away. So that's a problem. And then also I bought like these ones. Will they fit in here? They will fit in one of these drawers. Okay. So I need to find another space for something in one of these drawers so that I can put those stamps in there. So what might I want to move? All right, so I've got like Tim Holtz stamps in one drawer, just random stamps in another drawer. I've got words and letters in another drawer. And this is whale tails, so I think that's what's going to get moved because it can potentially go somewhere else. So the whale tails, and then so these global land stamps, they do fit in this drawer. That makes me happy. All right, so global land stamps, especially the full page ones, are going in this drawer. These are words, they go in that drawer. These are letters, even though they're Tim Holtz, all the letters go in the same drawer. These are just tiny, cute little stamps that that sometimes you just want to have a cute little stamp or something. I don't know. I got them all at the thrift store. They'll go in the random stamp drawer. This is a Tim Holtz one with numbers. This is... Ooh, yes, I did find some. I have more of these somewhere. I like these envelopes for keeping stamps. Keeps them separated from each other and just kind of keeps them... If they fall off their little thing, at least then they are somewhere. That goes in my mixed media. This goes with flowers. All right, so... Yeah, I think I put this one with flowers. Is this flowers? Nope, that's butterflies. Butterflies, labels, birds. Oh, flowers is here. Mixed media, numbers is here. I got more text here. And then this other drawer, which is missing. That's global land, global land, global land, global land. Yep, there. just way too much fun, aren't they? Tim Holtz is up here. Those are the mushrooms. This is Global Land mushrooms. These are random ones. These are, oh, Tim Holtz. The other part is in here. Oh, some of these actually have an acrylic plate in them. But I might need to take that out because I might need the space. They might just take up too much space. I have another drawer. Where is it? Probably right here. No, it's not in there. Also, I have more stamps than I have space now. That's a little bit annoying because I don't want to get rid of my stamps. That's why it's annoying. Non-Tim Holtz. But I like the drawers. The drawers come out is one of the things I like about them. Tim Holtz. Letters. There's the number 3 that goes in there. Somewhere there's a number 8. But I'll know where it is when I find it. Put that in there with the letters and numbers. And mixed media numbers. These are numbers. So I'm going to see if I can fit this in this drawer with my mixed media numbers. Those are stamps. I'm not sure where they're supposed to go, but for right now, they can stay there. And Halloween, Tim Holtz. See if we can fit them in that drawer. I know these numbers are Global Land. They're missing some letters. More letters. They're all stuck to each other. Text and letters. Oh my goodness. They're going in that drawer with the text and letters. I need a bigger drawer for that. Alright, this goes in the text drawer here. And that is a spider, goes with the bugs. This is mixed media. Alright, this one goes with just mixed media. This is numbers. Actually, these numbers, I'll never remember to look in this drawer. So it'll go in the other drawer with the numbers and text. I may want to put them in one of those containers because it does not like to stay. Everything falls off. All right, these are letters. That's a number. It's a $sign and a number. That can go with numbers. That can go with numbers. That goes with letters. And that goes with bees. And that goes with flowers. And I keep putting, oh, that's text. That's number. These are numbers. Kind of. Alright, I will usually, I mean, it does have that on there, but I will usually, so that these take up less space, I just take them right off of the wood. And then I would probably put it back in on something, like just like a piece of paper or something, just so that it's not so sticky. I'll cut it to size later, but now just kind of get rid of that sticky. Or sometimes I even take off that stickiness, because once you take it off of there, it's not sticky anymore. So now I can just take up even less room. Like that. Okay. This goes in the mixed media drawer when I find it. I have a drawer like these drawers. I have one more missing. Of course it is. Why would it be where it's supposed to be? Those drawers I got on, what is this? Oh, this was because it's got a quilt pattern. I'll put that with the mixed media whenever I find that. And that goes with mixed media when I find it. And we're down to, oh, I found the mixed media drawer. And I found the number 8. Right next to me. With some seeds, because why not have seeds there? Okay, so this is mixed media. Back, you know, like mark making background stamps. This is text. This I sometimes use for stamping, but it will go with my acrylic blocks. These will go with flowers. The leaves, it's just, that's probably where I'd look for them first. So I usually sometimes have these little photo things, because some of the cheap stamps I have, if they stick to other stamps, ruin the stamps. So sometimes I'll put those in there. Flower. That's Halloween, but it's going to go in the random stamp. I don't really do much for, so like these, they're like cheaper. Sometimes you might get stuck to other ones, so. And I'm more likely to use these if they're in the text drawer. If they're in the Tim Holtz drawer, I forget about them. This one, it's really pretty, from Your Creative Studio, but I am actually going to let go of that one. Believe it or not. Actually letting go of one. Shocker. More text. Alright, this one's really cute. I'm going to put this one in here. But I like this for mark making. If it fits in the mark making drawer, I'm going to put it in there. That one, numbers, mixed media numbers. Mark making, mixed media, mark making, mixed media background kind of deals. Numbers. What's that? That's a word. What's it say? Inspire. Going in the words. Could go in text. I don't know. Sometimes things can go. That's flowers, 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 flowers. Flowers, flowers. It's another Your Creative Studio one that's I can let go of. Text. Alright, then there's these mixed mountains. I'm not likely to use the mountains. These numbers are going in with the, I have other block numbers like this. They all go in this drawer here if I can fit them. If not, I'll need, well, I could take them off the blocks. That would give me more space in that drawer. That's an option. More flowers, more numbers. So yeah, a lot of this is just that I haven't put them away. So you get the overwhelm from that. So a clock, I don't know, it could go numbers, it could be mixed media. I think I put them in mixed media. Who knows? All right, flowers are easy. Leaves go with the flowers. These go like, because they do have numbers on them, so I put those with the mixed media numbers. Because that's where I would look for them. These stamps, I usually just keep these on my desk. The perspective butterfly goes up with the butterflies. More flowers. I'm going to probably have to go through these drawers and get rid of some things. Because I have the drawers for a reason. Alright, this is text or mixed. Sometimes the mixed media words just go in with the mixed media. Flowers. Oh, that's pretty though. Okay, so this hot air balloon goes in one of these things up here. I'm just sticking it in the drawer because I can't be bothered at the moment. Alright, I almost got this drawer empty. Numbers. Field notes, that goes with the mixed media. This is the clock, put with mixed media. Another butterfly, another butterfly. There's a bear. That's $1. Got $1 for your text. Flower, flower, mixed media, butterfly, mixed media, flowers. Dragonfly goes with the bugs. The car is Tim Holtz. Probably should put it in with the other cars. I will at some point. Flower. Blame Allison for all these flowers I bought. Background. Mix me numbers. So yeah, a lot of this was just, they just needed to get put away. That's why I need things to be easy to put away, and even when they are easy to put away, I don't always put them away. That's just me. That's just my should be better, but I'm not kind of a deal. So yeah. Alright, that's arrow is mixed media. What is this? I don't know. It's just a weird wonky little shape, but I see a mushroom, so I will probably doodle on that. Mixed media, number. Alright, these little snowflakes I can either let go of or put them in the mixed media. Flower, number. Alright, look at that. We got a box empty. I'm just gonna empty box, empty box, empty box. Oh, that's right, 2 empty boxes because these go in with mixed media. So like my mixed media drawer is like mark making and just random miscellaneous, but mostly mark making stuff. Then we've got text, flowers, mixed media, mark making numbers and stuff. And then we have bugs, labels, birds, and animals, I think. And then I have the stamping platform. This is text. Yep, so gotta work on that drawer. And then this goes with, that goes with mixed media. The Tim Holtz painting numbers, which is too big for the numbers drawer, so it's going in the words and alphabet drawer, basically is what that drawer is. All right, and then that goes with my mark making foam stamps. All right, and then these are the Tim Holtz and Seth Apter mixed media pieces, but they don't fit in the mixed media pieces drawer, so they kind of have their own space with these numbers. And this goes with the acrylic boards. This button, I don't feel like putting it away, so there's that. That goes with the flowers and leaves. Alright. I would like this to go with mark making mixed media, but I don't think it's gonna fit. Well, that it fits. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so acrylic blocks. Alright, so good. We have the Global Land. Do we have any other Global Land stuff in here by any chance? Do I? That's Tim Holtz is in the wrong drawer. Really, if I labeled them, I won't have this problem. Okay, so the Tim Holtz pretty much fit in there since I put stuff in other drawers as well. And I don't see other Global, that's a mark, these are mixed media. I don't know how they got in there. Let's see. Some of these are your Creative Studio. These are leaves, which could go in the flowers, but I've got the Tim Holtz ones, which are more likely to use, but those are different sizes, which is why I hold on to them. That's trains. Oh, this is where the hot air balloon goes. These were Bow Bunny. You know, purchased at that place, which doesn't exist anymore, your Creative Studio. And Christmas. Christmas is down there. Which is a mix of Tim Holtz, but it's mostly Tim Holtz, so I guess I'll put it in the Tim Holtz box. Okay. So, miscellaneous stamps. Okay, come on. What's in my row? Well, of course there's stuff that's sticking up. Why wouldn't there be? They need to fit comfortably. I don't need to be messing around with stuff all the time. These are snippets. If I find another place for my snippets, then I could put the other mixed media. I could even, oh my goodness. Wow. Obviously, I have too many in this drawer. I need to figure out this drawer. Alright, snippets can go somewhere else. I'm going to, for now, put them in this box because, for a couple reasons, I would like for that whole thing to be more stamps. And then I can go ahead and take these big numbers. Oh, see, this is part of it. These don't go in here. Why are these in here? Things will fit better if you put them in the right drawers. They go in the Tim Holtz drawers. The Tim Holtz drawers too full. Alright, these are Tim Holtz. But some of Tim Holtz stuff is, and those are holiday. So I wonder if maybe, I don't know. Alright, Tim Holtz, mushrooms, that's fall. See, these I would use in mixed media, and these I would use in mixed media. And these could actually, no, we won't. The car goes, vroom, vroom. The car goes, where the other cars, where are they? There. So these aren't all from one set, but they're all together because they're cars and other things. All right, and then those are from a couple different sets, but they're more people-y. These, see, this is my problem. Oh wait, there's 2 in here. That's annoying. All right, so leaves. I wouldn't have found those. All right, I want to find another container for the leaves. You know what? I wonder if these will fit. And these will fit in the butterfly for sure. Will these fit in the flower? I don't have to have some, you know, you guys can figure out where stuff goes. I mean, if I use something that's Tim Holtz, you can usually tell what it is. Let's just put it that way. All right, I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so now, is that in its own? I wish these would fit in the, why won't you come out of the package? Goodness, I'm actually going to be using these on an upcoming, just pull the whole thing out. Just, nope, okay, hold on. All right, the stamp itself would fit, but the packaging would not. So I just took it out of the packaging because that was driving me crazy. So these smaller ones fit in here fine. I don't use this one as much. My aunt, she had it for a specific thing, and then she gave it to me. So I've got those cute little Tim Holtz guys there. And that can go there. And oh shoot. And the leaves are falling about the cabin. It's too big for that. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? And I suppose it doesn't have, well, you know what? It's not the right background, but if it keeps it from falling off and separates it from the other ones, then that makes me happy. All right, so then Christmas and Thanksgiving. So I'll move these 2 up here that I'm more likely to use. All right. Now the Tim Holtz fits in one drawer fairly comfortably without getting in the way of other stuff. That was importante. Globaland fits in its box. All right, now this is letters and words. And part of the problem with the letters and words, they don't fit because of the wood stamps. But they might fit if I lay out my wood stamps flatter. The wood stamps are recollections. I saved that. They were from my aunt. I don't have to keep them, but I like the block letter of them. Like I like them, and so I keep them. They would take up less space if I took them off the blocks, but they're a little bit easier to find on the blocks. I think if I took them all off the blocks, I would maybe drive me crazy, because then they'd be a little bit harder to find. So I'm just going to. I know I could see them better if I did them that way. All right, I'll be right back. It's a thing of beauty. Look at that. I got them all to fit, only because the lowercase d is missing. So I've got the question mark up at the D, but I can use the P upside down as the lowercase d. So that's fine. I'm not really missing any letters, but kind of am. And then the rest of these. So this was on acrylic. So we'll try to keep it on there, sort of figure out which ones are missing, put them in the right place. As we find them, there's still some other letters missing from there, but that's okay. Oh, there's T. And then this little one is easy. It's all in there together. I think that one's just missing a small R, which seems to always be missing for some reason. This one is missing. That's what happens when you, so be more like Gail and put your things back on there. It's missing a 0 and a 1. Alright, this one's missing, oh, I have the E. E, right here, E. I just saw the E. A, B, C, E. Alright, there's the E for that one. G. I like to be able to make words when I can. A T. I. Yes. I don't suppose the H is here somewhere. Not at the moment. It'll turn up eventually. This is a lowercase m, goes right there. So yeah, still missing some letters, but it's okay. It's fine. But now, I'm going to put that on there. These fit better. And then we've got these words. This can go in here, and that's probably from there. Words, words, words. Sometimes this is what I'll do too. I'll put the stamp on the outside of the envelope, and then the stamp is inside the envelope. Let's see. Maybe to keep these from falling out so easily, we will put these smaller ones in here. And then as we find them, we can put them in there. Okay, so that one now fits comfortably. Love that for us. And we have this drawer now that we can put these mixed media stamps in. In fact, here's what we might do. We might just put these other all these mixed media stamps in here that we use for mixed media, because then we can find things easier if it's like that. So those are all mixed media. Got some little splotches. Just kind of stick those. The ones that are like really sticky, oh my goodness, that does not want to come off. Well, sometimes they're a little too sticky, aren't they? Well, that one lives there now. These splotches, okay, they come off good. I just stick them to the side, the ones that are sticky, which makes them easier to find. You know, if they would all be sticky, then I could just put them on little plates that would fit in here and then be able to flip through them a little more easily. But so now this one, I can just go ahead and do the text, have the text be 2 drawers and not be so bunched up in there. That'll be good. So I'll have to label that one. And then I'm going to switch the, oh my goodness, mixed media numbers with the flowers, because then they're closer to the mixed media, closer to the text. I don't know why that's important, but it appears to be important to me. These will also fit in here. So I'll need to make some new labels. So now these are mixed media, even though there's numbers in there. The numbers won't fit in with the numbers. Oh, they could fit in here now, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna, sometimes I want to use a number for mixed media, so it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. And then the other drawer that's there are my embossing stuff, and it fits in that drawer perfectly, so I don't want to really change that up to another drawer anywhere. So, how are we doing on time? It's about 47 minutes. So now I would like to kind of move to this area. Where am I? This area here. Okay, can we come closer? Can we make you all dizzy? That's fun to do. It's all backwards. It's backwards, but it's not. Is it backwards? I don't know. That's my left side. It feels backwards, but I don't think that it is. All right, this tape goes in here. All right, so I've got my Derwent pencils. Ooh, by the way, these little containers here, you might not have been able to see that in the last video. Let me show you real quick. They fit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 14 little re-inkers, which is nice. And then you can put, and yeah, and I have 13 in here, so I actually have room for one more, which I will probably find at some point. Also, they fit, they're a distress crayon perfectly as well. Too bad they won't fit in this drawer. That would have been nice. But I can only fit 3 in a drawer. 4, for some reason, do not fit. Would have been nice to put them in the drawer with the inks. I don't know why they're not inks, but that's okay. So they just kind of go up with the metallic pens, you know, with other writing things. This is up here, right there. I do have this with pens and stuff in it. All right, but I'm just cleaning off up here. So if you have like a tray table or something, oops, sorry, it gives you a place to work, which is nice. Oh, this will go with my acrylic blocks, which goes up there with my inks. That makes sense, right? Sure it does. All right, a paintbrush, which I ruined, but those are like cheap ones that I got in bulk so that I could ruin them. Not so I could ruin them, but because I knew that I would be really bad. That was a project that I did a little while back. What is that? A tea bag that's never been used somehow? Let's see. That was from a friend. Alright, I need to figure out where these go. I'm not in a place to do that right now because I was hoping to work on inks. Let's come down a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to separate my distress inks and my oxide inks, which is easy because the oxide inks are gray on the bottom. The distress inks are black on the bottom. But the way, where I want to store them, I need to be able to see what color they are without having to go through them every time. So I am going to find my stickers and do like I did on here. I'm going to do on the ones that don't have it, and then I usually try to have it, you know, like that. So there are some of these have them and some of these do not. That one doesn't. That one does. If I just put the cover on the right way, then I'll be able to. That one needs one. So all I do is I cut down a label sticker to this size, and then I just get ink on it and put it on the front, and then I know close to what color it is. I don't need it to be perfect. I do have a couple duplicates, and I do it on these as well. In fact, there's the white. I don't have it on that one. I do try to, like, this goes this way, so I will at least try to put the cover on that way and then have the color on that part. One of my idiosyncrasies. This one I don't know which way it goes because I put a piece of felt on the bottom so that, you know, if this was the one I was using a lot, it wasn't making that stitchy, scratchy sound. Got another acrylic block with a mixed media stamp. Media is here now. I gotta label that drawer. Alright, that one's got a color on it. So yeah, this is the next thing I'm gonna do. You don't have to watch me do the whole thing. I will try to do like maybe one or two when I find my labels and start doing that part. I will show you how I do that. And then I've got this thing up here. That's where I like to, that seems like a nice place to store them. Will they all fit? Well, one or the other will. I don't know if both the distress inks and the distress oxides will fit, but some of them will. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 8 sections, and I can fit, whoops, does that have a thing? No. I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4. How many can I fit on a 5, 6, 7? I can fit 7, so 7 times 8, 56 I can fit. I mean, I have to take it out. So, 6 times 8, 48 I can fit comfortably. If I want to fit 56, I have to take the whole stack out to put it back in. So there's that. Okay, it ends here, even though it keeps looking like it's not. Alright. So it depends on, you know, how much work I want to put into putting them away each time. So, and I do have a couple duplicates get stored somewhere else. I'm surprised some of these don't have the thing on them. This is a newer one, obviously. I haven't even opened it. I try not to open it till I actually use it, because then it's more likely to dry out otherwise. Okay, get those. We have up here where they're like mixed up. That's not supposed to happen. The big ones in the distress inks are a little bit harder to find, so I don't have as many of those. But I do try to get, well, sometimes I'll get like a pack, because they're just kind of cheaper to buy. You get them less per piece, but then you end up with colors you might not want, or you might end up with duplicates. I end up with duplicates. It's fine, it's fine. I think I have more than one faded jeans. Some of these oxides have like But yeah, I do think I have more than one faded jeans. And some other colors I'm sure I have more than one color of. Alright, I'm going to pause and be back. Now, the size labels you use does not matter. I think I used the smaller ones, but I happen to have this 8463. I buy labels at the thrift store. They don't have to be all pricey and whatnot. You can just, this is, if I have to, this is where like extras might go, like in a container like that. So, I'm going to cut some the size I need them. That one has a thing. Most of these do not. So let's just move them all out of the way as much as possible. Okay, and move this out of the way. I don't need excess stuff in my way. So these ones were about two, just about, they're about 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches by a 1/4 inch. And if you don't have the labels, just glue on some paper. So, just gonna cut this down so that it will fit in the cutter. Basically, alright, so I think that these are 2-inch labels. So I've already got the width. The thing is, I want them straight on the end. So where that little curved bit is, I'm going to cut that off. And, alright, so this is at just about 4. So I'm going to go down 1/4 of an inch. Let's see, is it less? Just under 4. So I'm going to go just under. So I'm just get my 1/4 of an inch here. Is it a 1/4 of an inch? It's a little more than a 1/4 of an inch. Oh man, why did I think it was a 1/4 of an inch when it's not? It is more like 3/4 of an inch. Okay, let's try that. If this is there, then that would be a 1/4, and that would be 1/2 of a 1/4. About. Let's try that. You don't have to be all precise like that. That's not the piece I want. Where's the piece I cut off that I want? But you know, sometimes you do want things to be fairly, alright, so yep, that's the right size. Let's just see here if I can, it's pretty much to that line there, so that's helpful. So I might just do that. Nope, I'm not. I'm gonna do this. This is a little bit easier. Alright, so if that's going to be right about the 3. And then that's going to be about there. Oh, and then I'm going to cut it through it again, because I don't. Or you could use your piece till you figure it out. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So if you take your first piece and just get it to about where you want it. I don't know. You don't have to be anal retentive about it. Or you can be. Be you. I don't know. I don't know how I did it the first time. I think I cut them into 2 inches and cut it in half basically with the smaller labels. I don't really remember. But I can get a lot more out of these labels, that's for sure. You got to use the original one. If you keep using the one you just did, it could end up getting smaller and smaller. So you might not want that. Alright, and then this can go there. There we go. Alright, I've got several. I'm going to cut the rest of these off camera. You don't need to see that. Now, I feel like this next part is fairly self-explanatory. I don't put the words on them. I just put the color on there. And, you know, it doesn't have to get on there perfectly. I just want to have enough on there so I can see what the color is. That's good enough for me. So, I think I already did obsess about. And then just stick it in the center on the front so that when they're stacked up, I can see what they are. And that makes me happy. I want to see one more. It's not that hard. Just kind of hold it down and rub my finger across, and then there we go. And I like to have at least one spot that's dark enough. It's okay if it doesn't cover the whole thing. Oh my goodness. See? That's enough for me. And double check that it's the right direction. Doesn't have to be, just makes me happier to do it that way. You can, oops. You can kind of use, well, that sticker's not on there right anyway, so you can use this line here, which is probably about 2 inches. What line? Oh my goodness, get on there a little bit straight. Thank you. This little square here, that's going to be even. This one's not on even. Don't trust that one. All right, so I'm going to have all my neutrals together, my greens. I'm going to try to do kind of an order. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, this section is finally done, and the drawers below have gotten done in the past couple of videos. These are fairly organized. This has my hole punches. This is, I don't know what to do with these yet. But all these I did in a previous video. Sorry about my finger. This is all like bookbinding stuff. This is like attaching stuff. So like it's got Velcro, snaps, eyelets, brads, hole reinforcers, some Gorilla Glue putty. This one is inks, alcohol inks, acrylic inks, distress ink refills, and this one is my foam stamps. This one is my stencils, and this drawer does not like to go back in. And this is all stencils, mostly focal points and mark making, and then this one is more background and non-Pam Artist Studio smaller stencils. And we have background stamps and water that's just sitting there for some reason. I still need to vacuum again. And focal point stamps. These actually would use for focal points or for background, but I just gotta remember that they're there. And then this is like foam pads. You know, this is thicker foam and there's some thinner foam. And then these are supposed to be the things that you reheat, that you heat and make marks with. They don't work super great, so time will tell if I keep them or not. I still haven't stamped with that to see how it works, but I need to. And then in this drawer, I didn't do much over here. These are like drop papers, mostly in this drawer. And this is tissue. There's more tissue over there. And then this is Bristol paper and large file folders. And then I've got other Bristol paper that doesn't fit in there. And then the bottom two drawers are all vintage ephemera. So I do need to label those drawers. And my next thing on my list is to work on these things here. If I move this out, I might be able to fit a third one of these, and these are just my paper sorters. Usually there's like digitals, coffee paper, music, just different categories, and right now they're a mess. So that's next. But I feel really good because this especially has been a mess for a while, and this has been a project that I've been wanting to get done for a while, so it feels really good to have that done. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.